Egg! Egg! You're so real for that, Curb. Welcome back to some more, Great Ace Attorney 2, DGS 2. I don't really have much to say. I just want to continue. I didn't play yesterday because I was, doing stuff. So, yeah, we're back. Hello. Let's see. Alright. Let's go. We're in part 2 at the trial time. Actually, I feel like more like a trial. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to do it, like, investigation, even though I really should. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for a trial, rather than sitting around gathering clues, you know? I like figuring things out. Not that this game really pushes me to think too much, to be honest, but like, you know, maybe later on it'll be a lot more difficult with what they throw at me. Audio fine, by the way. How are you doing tonight, Curb? Did you play any more since last time, or have you been waiting for me to play? Oh. You made it so I can freely watch it without risk of falling behind. That's great. Awesome. Cool. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat, all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. That's my line! Okay, hold on. I just realized if I'm gonna be voicing these characters, I need to close the door. I don't want to be waking up the neighbors at night. Give me one moment. Good morning! Oh god, I've lost all the voices because I took a day off. This happens. Sometimes I feel like if I take a day off, I cannot, like, keep the same voices with the characters because it's been, like, a whole day and I've forgotten what I did 2 days ago. Good morning! What the fuck did I do for this guy? Good morning, Mr. Natsume. It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove that he didn't stab Mr. Green in the back. But now this! Another morning, another murder? And here I am! Good so-and-o song. Again, in this head hole! Can't keep coming to court! I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh! Mr. Natsume, good morning. Yes, morning. So, here we are again. Yes, again. Did you assassin Miss Mikoteba Squires? What's the bad news? Oh dear, you heard, did you? She saw my heart turned. Yeah. If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help hearing what you say. Oh, I'm sorry. You've done nothing wrong, Mr. Sato. Now, what is it? What are his fucking teeth? I just realized, look at the fucking gums on his teeth. They are so dark. And his teeth are so square. I guess teeth are square-ish. Playing Yakuza 2 I couldn't save. Kiwami 2? Or just Yakuza 2? I'll be following you at some point. I really gotta continue Yakuza. Yeah, you're just gonna trust autosave? Yeah, God. I know the feeling. God, it takes so long to save in Yakuza 0 on PS4 because it's like... you gotta go through the save screen, and then it saves over the system as well. But yes. Why did I have to point that out? Well, I'll let you look at it for a little longer. In Kiwami 1, you can save anywhere. Wait, that's so weird. Why can you save in 1 but not 2? Okay. Because I know Kiwami 1's still running on Zero's engine, whereas Kiwami 2's a new engine. Okay. Anyway.
Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Baroque von Zieks.
Fuck, I was gonna rewatch some of my old videos to remember what voice I gave Von Zieks. Yeah! Oh, no. Best fucking prosecutor.
The so-called Reaper of the Bailey, most legendary prosecutor in the land.
In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki-san and I relentlessly. Moving forward. Hang on. Relentlessly. What's the song title from Cold Steel 2? Relentlessly. Is it just moving forward relentlessly? Forward relentlessly. Yeah, that's the title theme for Cold Steel 2. Alright. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through, but still. This is the... Oh, I guess this counts as the Curse of the Reaper, right? Where he gets pulled back into court. And by towards Edward, the Van Zieks is goated. Yeah. He's so good, and I'm so curious to see where this game goes with him. Because they've definitely been building up to stuff.
Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal was in the last row wasn't the end of the matter after all.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says... Yeah, here we go. Nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zieks is the prosecutor. He's so good at... Oh, God. Oh, no! I know he's Japanese, and I know he's like a famous Japanese author, but whenever I look at Natsume Soseki in this game, with that mustache and this particular animation, I just want to give him the Mario voice. I want to give him a Mario voice. I think Charles Martinet should voice him. Not Chris Pratt. I just think, yeah, give him the Chris Pratt for it. I cannot do a fucking American accent. I'm sorry. I'm just like, why does he make me want to do like an Italian accent for this guy? Even though he's not, that would not fit at all, you know?
That even if a person is found guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another.
And we've experienced it firsthand. A man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey. Right, this is before we found the culprit of that. Ah! Do I have to put up with these ice-cold eyes boring into my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits and now the Reaper! Petrifying perils, potentially!
Well, if it's potentially... At least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume.
Give Van Zieks a... hang on, I can't... Can I do a Ricky voice? I'm afraid to try, so I'm not going to do it. Like... Here upon Ricky! That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. I was trying to think of a line. A Rhine voice. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Yes? I'm innocent! You have to believe me! You, more than anyone now! Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle. I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Unfortunately, Mr. Naruhodo, this is just chapter 2, so it shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Let's go!
Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean.
That's probably for the best.
Oh,
If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help, and that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling.
Mr. Naruhodo.
You're right! Yes, you're so right! Oh, well said, welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, well said! I swear on the sword by my side, and on the spine of my blade. I am the bone of my blade. Why did I read that like that? Why did that... God. I swear on the sword at my side, and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free, with honor!
Oh yes.
I need to try remember my best Zemnis impression, because that's what I did for Von Zeeks.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
It looks like a vampire. It looks like Dracula.
The prosecution is ready.
The defense is ready, my lord.
Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeats.
It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Von Zeeks has such an animosity towards just Japanese for some reason. Yeah, it's almost like he's racist. I think that was the point. Wait, which part? What was the point?
It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reap of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years he hasn't appeared in court at all.
Yet now he's back in the courtroom, though for some reason... Oh, him looking like Dracula? Yeah, probably. Only when I'm defending this Reaper with his curious disdain for us Japanese as a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial.
Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh shit, who's gonna be the jury? Conveniently Garadev? Probably not, he's probably a witness.
You've been chosen at totally random, no coincidences whatsoever of who's on the jury. I promise. To represent the will in this of people in the trial. You ready to fulfill your duty? Absolutely. I had a feeling this Larkin wasn't innocent before.
I must say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat refuses to sit right.
Oh, well, I'd rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually.
I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
That's one new character out of 6. Garadev is also 46 somehow.
I need to take home 5 bob tonight, or the missus will go through. Oh, may the Lord show us the light here, and lead his flock to the righteous verdict.
The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it?
It's 5 out of 6 of the same people, yeah.
It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public. And that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt.
6 citizens of London, chosen at random. Well, at least, that's the idea. In actual fact, none of these are chosen at random. I'm pretty sure these are all conscripted into the jury. Is that a good way to put it?
The prosecution will draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today.
Oh, right. Except for Garadev, because he's probably a witness. I'm guessing.
Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Von Zeeks, your opening statement, please.
From the 15 people that live in London, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubts over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese of before has had dire consequences.
A good third of the people in London are criminals. Wait, that's true. I mean, there's like 10 criminals per chapter. Yeah, because it's 10 chapters, right? And then you have the two like Nash and Ringo, right? Which are both like technically also criminals. So it's like that's oh god. I mean, to be fair, I feel like most of the characters in Xenoblade 3 are villains, if you think about it. It's just that none of them are really written well. What, we have 25 villains. 24 villains. We're not counting T. There's a bit of Mobius inside all of us. Okay, every single fucking character's a villain. Anyway.
Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witness to the stand. The detective responsible for investigating the scene, and the accused himself.
Oh, that's right. We can get the accused. I forgot about that. Oh, right. Sorry, not the accused. I thought it was the... yeah.
Witnesses, your names and occupations, please.
Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector, Scotland Yard's Homicide Division.
What was that?
Soseki Natsume, from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Mr. Natsume. Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite sure I have not mistaken that you swore on oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. I remember this as if it were yesterday.
The day before, in fact, my lord, but close enough.
It's Mario and Luigi. Second trial not focused on a murder in this series. In this series, yes. Not in the entire series, but in Great Ace Attorney, yes.
Believe me, this is the last place I want to be.
Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court.
Right you are, sir.
I can never forget my Gregson voice, though.
The incident occurred at the Garrett household, where the defendant had his lodgings. In the ground floor of the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare. It's like Shakespeare, but he's bad. The defendant had already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shakespeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by strychnine.
I don't think I pronounced that right.
He was found on the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. This means, I presume, that the door to the victim was locked in the time of the incident?
Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible.
Not true. We already discovered that the bricks were loose. It is completely possible that there are more bricks loose and someone could have got out from the fucking window. Bet that is how it is.
Hold on, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare. I didn't mean to skip that. Oops, hold on, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare lives down the dale. You very neatly didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when he first found him. I was the best off on the scene, my lord.
Bricks! A bank? Wouldn't it be funny if Bank joins right now?
And I have a photographic print here that I took to show at the time and I looked. Yeah, yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased. Alright, everyone present believe that's exactly what he was. Very well. I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court.
Crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. Very nice.
Now then, Mr. Natsume.
Yes!
As the defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture?
The haunted by evil spirits.
Good gracious, what's haunted?
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings! The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. One was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. And me! What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times.
Killed, Mr. Natsume. How?
Even on that fateful night, it happened when I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me.
You must always extinguish all fire before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume.
But it's so cold. My really noise would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Hold up. I need to, like, reposition something real quick. Hopefully this doesn't fuck up anything when I do this. Okay. Good. Done. Okay.
Thank you, witness.
Hang on.
Order!
Yeah, that's the kind of voice I did for the judge, but anyway.
Thank you, witness. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events.
If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point.
Conclusive. Go on.
Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal, and he has named the true culprit. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused.
The accused? Go, break! Order! Order!
Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Soseki's son is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him?
Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you say to this accusation?
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result! Never will I touch tea again, never! The public pump was frozen, you say? That's not information we've heard before.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine these witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses for full testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection.
Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to do this. We should do this, because there's really no reason not to. I feel like I'm still like I'm going into this menu every single fucking thing. Yeah, let's turn them both on. Here we go.
Good. Then you will give your account of events on the night in question to the courts now.
Yes, my lord!
The catastrophic night.
It was around 9 o'clock in that evening when I visited my neighbor, and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had heated a literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. Ah, my tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
Stretching takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward.
Here we go.
Excuse me, but the testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims this tea has to have been harmless, presumably, though. The teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they?
Why didn't you think of that?
Well, once that happens, no.
Thinks Susato had a rabbit? Oh, I see. Interesting.
We have been able to. Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect susceptible.
How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done?
My learned Nipponese friend is falsely incests. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked.
Unable? Why?
It's simple enough. There was none left, not a drop. Someone must have been very thirsty indeed.
With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poisons under such circumstances.
We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough.
The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
I see, thank you. The matter is clear.
Cast your eyes over to the jury, my learned friend.
What?
You can see it on their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and my compatriot will be damned for all eternity.
And your compatriot, not mine. He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. How? But I can't let them beat me down. I won't.
Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Alright. So, my thought process with this one is that I'm probably going to need a press. But, okay, I get the feeling that if I am to present anything in these statements, it'll be on the last thing saying that the victim could have locked the door or whatever. I don't remember. But yes, let's see. Were you and your neighbor good friends then?
Ah, no! We weren't friends. Not at all, not at all! Never, ever!
A simple no would have sufficed. That's true. I wonder how many Ace Attorney characters answer, like, normally. I feel like every single character in this series has a quirk that they have to answer with. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit?
Mr. Chomsky fancies himself having a great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature,
I don't know what that is, but
we find much to talk about together.
Polo's the most normal guy in this universe. He probably would answer no. Yeah, that's true.
Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature.
And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume.
It was the day of my last trial. When I was acquitted, I just arrived back in my lodgings when I ran into Mr. Shamspeare outside on the street. That was around 6 o'clock. We exchanged one or two pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way back at the time, though. So I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No! Not one! Not two! Not any! Not one at all! Never, ever!
A simple no would have sufficed, I feel. Then tell the court what did happen when you visited the room's victim.
I read those words backwards, but you get the idea.
Hold it!
Oh.
A literary debate about Shakespeare's works, I think you said, didn't you?
Shakespeare? Ah, yes, a very worthy topic of discussion, I might say. Oh yes, my lord! Romeo and Juliet, who was stronger? It was a profoundly pleasurable parley. Romeo and Juliet.
Who was stronger?
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go?
Well, we both agreed that we'd reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment, so we battled it out in a Greco-Roman style, naturally.
What?
Mr. Shakespeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for such a concert.
So when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume?
He as Romeo, I as Juliet, after a vigorous wild tussle. I as Juliet came out on top. A victory out cherished forever.
I need to see him cross-dressing. Actually, what if the guy was just acting? What if the guy was just acting poisoned? And he's really committed to the act. And no one here realizes it's a fucking act. Soseki cross-dressing will go hard. Time to commission a few artists. Hold on.
The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct?
I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I heard that he was supposed to have tea himself, you see.
It's true. There was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room.
I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless, of course it was. And you have any basis for that statement, witness? Oh, my tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he? Hold it!
Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there?
That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow would never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. A pity, because one drop of it all we would have needed to analyze the poison.
And you say that you returned to your home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume?
Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it. The landlord was able to verify that as it happens. He continued that he confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night. And how was the landlord able to attest to this? He said it was the lamps, I believe. The lamps, Inspector?
When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in the other parts of the house flicker.
Yes, Mr. Carrot seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants.
There's only one key to Mr. Shamspeare's room, I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself, from inside his room. The victim must confirm that to be the case, yes. I'm right, my tea was harmless, completely harmless. If you take the poison, you die. Everyone knows that. You know that simple, right? What do you mean?
Okay, hang on. Strychnine? Strychnine? Strychnine is how I want to pronounce it. Is that right?
Hold it!
Strychnine. Streets, East 8. Everyone should play East 8. It's a fucking fantastic game. CM, if you're watching this, please play East 8. I know you'd enjoy it. How long does it take for symptoms to appear then?
According to the coroner speaking to the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed.
Strychnine. Okay. I wouldn't have thought that, but good to know. Well, no, neen makes sense. But strick, I guess. Okay.
And the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation.
So there's a 30-minute interval between the poison is ingested and onset of symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world. That's for sure. Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
You can't deny that. And it further degrades Soseki-san's alibi.
I am the medical report of the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out. The accused is the only person who could have done it. Very well, the court will add this report to the court record as evidence.
Okay, thank you for the evidence.
Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms.
Great.
The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Okay, hold on. Presenting my armband. Okay, here we go. I don't remember the evidence. Cause of coma. Ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Strychnine. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood that the substance having been mixed with the tea of the victim that the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. Investigative conclusions. Oh, excuse me. The poisoning incident occurred at around 11:30 a.m. 21st of February. Assessed from the victim's pocket watch that it seems to have broken when the man collapsed after the delayed onset of symptoms. No container for the poison was found at the scene. Okay. 1:30 a.m. I will keep that in mind. Actually, yeah, what time did he leave? Alright, that's probably what I gotta present then. The argument still stands, you say?
This is what Mr. Natsume has been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together. The poison was in it. The victim wouldn't have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on. Exactly! Oh, me and my tea are innocent! Sweet innocent, I tell you! I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strychnine is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you could have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea.
I fucking love that pulsating animation. It's so funny. Oh my god.
And when you did that, Mr. Shamspeare could have locked the door after you gone. But no! We're down trees, straight away. The battle over whether Romeo and Juliet was stronger. That came after the tea.
Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we was in. During treaty where it's hot.
Sure. A proverb will satisfy the prosecution.
I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there's sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this matter. No!
That's the extent of their testimony, is it?
If I could voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo.
Of course, go ahead.
Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly and so persistently. Yet Inspector Gregson just brushes his sweat aside. It's really quite infuriating.
I agree. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think.
I'm afraid so. As things stand, the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty.
As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison and the tea. Let's listen carefully to the testimony again.
Yes.
Alright. Here we go. This is it. This is the one I want to present on. I'm saving just in case it isn't. Objection! There we go. Mr. Natsume, you said it was 11 PM when you left to return to your room, correct? Yes! And Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information that the medical report medical report unconditionally?
Of course we can. There's no problem with that report, Sunshine.
Actually, I think there's a very big problem. Because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony.
I'm gonna what? What are you on about?
According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 this morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11. Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought into the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it? 2.5 full hours after the defendant left. Maybe he's just asymptomatic. They're in sync.
The defense doctor is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, not forensics?
Unfazed. Hope that wine isn't poisoned. He doesn't even sip.
Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hallowed chalice this luncheon. How could it have happened, you asked?
That's a waste of wine.
I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
I really am not getting the voices right today. I'm sorry, but it's fine. We'll get through this. A phantom? He refers to a glass of its only chalice he has, yet he breaks. That's so true.
Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left? For example, at the time stated in the medical report. Yes, at around 1:30.
Objection! Oh, excuse me. Mr. Natsume brought his tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there's a Why? Anyway, well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
Objection!
Yeah.
And in my country, there is an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to big poison, or other possibilities.
What sort of possibilities, counsel?
Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
Another visitor? That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who has nothing to substantiate it.
Or, the victim could have taken the poison of her own accord. It was suicide. Yay! Excuse me, I'm feeling tired.
Suggest that he may have been a suicide, counsel.
Mr. Shamspeare has categorically denied suicide.
Wouldn't be the first to say, yeah, it wouldn't be. God, though, when I think of suicide cases, I think of... Is this a spoiler to say Danganronpa? There is a suicide case in that game.
Objection!
But he could be lying, just like my hands could be slapping the desk. Is he gonna just say like, whoa, if he's lying, then Natsume could also be lying about when he left.
Is something wrong, Lord Van Zeeks?
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Discourtesy? Discourtesy? Carriage? What carriage?
It would seem that the key player... Oh, excuse me. That the key player in this case has just arrived.
Hold it!
Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow.
A poor player that struts and fills his hour upon stage, and then is headed no more.
Oh, boys.
It is a tale told of an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
I like the music.
Who so are you?
William Shakespeare, my lord, alas 'twas I, undone by these bitter events, I am the victim.
What is he doing here?
The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. Within his testimony, my learned friend's future resistance will be utterly crushed.
You're calling him as a witness.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little lightheaded. I gotta be honest. Wow. Okay.
Very well, counsel. I shall grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim itself.
Itself? Himself. I didn't mean to do that.
Happy I am, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of the war, my lord. But I should have my own tale to tell, and my own tale is worse than all. I can regale the court with the tale of my perfect innocence, in perfect English.
That will do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim.
Oh!
Who the fuck is that? Alright, so that's Mr. Shakespeare. But who's that other man beside him?
Yes, I feel sure I've got a glimpse of that man before. State your names and occupations for the court, please. Witnesses.
A writer of words so sweet they do scent the breeze, an inventor of ideas so profound they compose the truth.
This guy's voice is like reading out this guy's voice is making me lightheaded. I gotta be honest. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god, maybe I should not force myself to finish this trial today.
The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare, was the greatest bard to be recalled to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man! Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle, William Shakespeare.
Stop at the jury part if you aren't feeling too great. Yeah, cool.
Oh, the name's Meterman.
R&B Meterman. R&B Meterman? R&B Meterman. R&B Meterman. That meant to be a pun? That sounds like a pun. I gotta be Meterman.
but we use the imperial system because this isn't modern Britain. British.
I work for the Ultimate Gas Company, East End branch office.
What a coincidence, we were talking about gas lights.
Ah, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road.
Oh yes, she's right, it's him! Oh, what's this? What's that man doing over there? He looks like he's trying to see into Soseki's son's lodgings. I love how he's looking at a brick wall. Should that not be evidence that you can see through the bricks? A drone bee? What do you mean?
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruto? Excuse me, could we have a word?
Love how he just pieces out with a, like, that sort of animation. That's so funny. A drone bee. I guess. Yes, we spotted him outside Mr. Garadeb's house that morning. And he's a gas company employee. What does he have to do with this case?
So, Mr. William Shamspeare, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct?
Oh, heaven! Oh, hell! Do you command me to remember that sweet poison that did cross me and cross mine innocent wisps from Sonic Colors?
I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt from the jury's minds, I'm sure.
There was a harp sound effect that you can barely hear over the music.
Behold, you only have to rearrange the letters.
Wait.
I'm waiting to see that me's a seraph, an angel, indeed.
Hang on. Hang on. S-H-A-M S-P-E-A-R-E. What the fuck? How does that work? What the fuck? What the fuck? What was the Japanese here? How does that work? What the fuck? I want to know what the Japanese line of this is. That's actually impressive. What the fuck?
Thus I be noble of mind, sweet of nature, verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angel be.
I feel like I'm conflating their voices. Anyway. Because there's a less contrived meaning in your name, not at all. At least they're self-aware.
The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid.
They're actually taking this serif anagram out here seriously?
Thank you, witness, for your illuminating introductions.
But my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamspeare doing here? The gas man, I mean.
What, me? Well now.
Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence, when you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question. And moreover, that the victim is a complete liar.
Compulsive, my bad. Yeah, I'm not really doing with this Von Zieg's voice. Hold on, what? How did I do this voice without getting lightheaded? Holy shit. I can't fucking voice like that. I'm actually getting lightheaded. Because I'm running out of breath. What the fuck? I need to remember to breathe. By the way, you are now breathing manually. Okay. I'm gonna quickly get some water. I'm running out of water, and I think having water for this might help. One moment. Alright, hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. I actually don't think I'm feeling too great today. But we'll see. You know what it is? I didn't get much sleep last night. That'd be it. Oh god, that's actually it, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream early today, but I don't wanna keep playing, so.
This young chin stroker is here to controvert your wild claims conclusively.
I think I'm just gonna do less long lines, so I just speak a bit more normally with Van Ziggs.
Is that not so, Mr. Meterman?
Hang on. No, I'm just here. I hereby call for your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
One may smile and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken, the truth that will wintry night of my discontent.
I can't do this tonight. Anyway.
The snow lay about, my neighbour did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But Mary bit to his drink, and after I left, I did full portrait. On my table, 'twas the tea alone that did pass my lips at that late hour, not else.
I was outside this bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping my eye on his room. No one else visited the room but that short little round back Eastern fella.
Shamspi is an overwhelming character if you're not ready for it. Yeah, I'm not ready for it. You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shamspi's room all night?
That's right, of course. The bloke's window is all but blocked up, innit? So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered through that. There's a little gap in the bricks so I can see into the room. The question is, why? Well, no. That's because he's on my list.
What a piece of work is a man?
What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets?
Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in my wonderment?
What are you talking about? Would it be funny if I just gave him the most monotone voice, actually? This buzzing busybody is not in bad in this play. I pray thee, him no deed. By him no deed. Make more ado with the tedious words.
What do you say about me?
Calm yourself. The court is concerned with what happened on the night in question. Nothing more.
This game is bad. Where's Natsume? He's here. You just missed him, Bank. You also missed some talk about bricks. Actually, yeah, no, you're actually here. He was peering through the peephole in the bricks, Bank. How does that make you feel?
And as the testimony we have just heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime.
Up. God, the fucking mouth animation on that one guy. Did you see it?
Well, I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial.
Oh, would that'd be nice. I can end the stream because I'm feeling not great tonight. But you know, if I skip a few lines, like if I don't read out a few lines, that's just because I'm feeling a little lightheaded tonight. So I apologize. I need more sleep.
There's no layabout.
Oh wait, I read all this. Oh wait, no, this isn't. No, this is. Wait. Did we already have this? Oh, we did. That's right. Sorry, I was like, okay, I must be really tired if I forgot that we had the presentation of the testimony first. Go to sleep early tonight? Yeah, I will. Mary Bitter, what's this drink? Anybody left? I felt strong. Oh, yeah, okay. There's a theater, not else. No one else visited his room but that short little round back Eastern fella. Okay. Well, we can also say it's not Garrett because he showed up in the final trial of the first game. There's no way about. Okay, I'm just gonna press. To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume.
Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou was called that I called him the man from upstairs.
And what time did the mustached Nipponese visit you in your room?
A meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and Lord did he come to attend a gift of fragrant tea. Details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony, yes. And we were embroiled in such a literary debate as hath now seen before. By which I presume he means
The discussion about who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet.
I sharpened spear.
Oh my god, look at him do that little jiggle.
Did play the part of young Romeo whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet. It was just as would our characters be to bring weight upon our merry experiment. I dare not imagine the scene. Frailty, thy name is woman. Canst thou imagine how dismay I was there? Yes, I heard days in art of jiu-jitsu, but never did I dream it to be skill practiced by the comely maiden.
Juliet beat Romeo up. This is not helping our case.
I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to your room.
My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly I would do thy bidding.
Okay. Hold it! Let me stop you there. Mr. Natsume left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. What the hell is that animation? Can we like sync this to some music? God, he's pretty overwhelming, hey. If the defendant had really put the poison into your team, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain.
Gladly, it is an easy task.
What? Among Us?
I did drink the tea, not while my guest did this hurry, but after he took leave of me. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but 1 hour post midnight, verily, my lips were parched.
Objection!
That doesn't sound normal.
Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sire. After all, those to recall our fire debate. Amidst such argument, there'd be no time for fiery tea.
Romeo and Juliet again. And who was stronger? The tea, apparently.
Mr. Shakespeare, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker?
But of course, my liege. 'Twas the stupid lower of words did attempt to shuffle me of this mortal coil.
Okay.
This is
Okay, later. Norton.
Hold it!
So you didn't have any evening meal? Dinner, supper?
Ah! Fie on these luxury! Fie on gluttony! Fie from Trails of Cold Steel on luxury! Fie on gluttony! To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry. I would that my belly were full, no more often the sum doth rise.
Well, most heroic eating habits, I might say.
Night and day do I fill my hours with learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence it is that
Fuck! Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, this guy. I can't. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. He's kind of overwhelming. I'm gonna be honest. And I don't think that's just my lightheadedness tonight. I gotta be honest. That's why I think he's not. Please don't speak in Shakespearean English. Please don't speak in Shakespearean English. Did people actually speak like this back in the when was Shakespeare again? Where's the Shakespeare ASMR we deserve? I hope the next Ace Attorney game is voice acted. A lot of visual novels are. I hope there is another Ace Attorney game, full stop, because holy shit. Yeah, I was gonna say 1600s, 17th century, right? Yeah. Good to know that I didn't want to get that wrong. I didn't want to get that wrong. I mean, I would have admitted if I was thinking of a completely different year, century, and I got it wrong. But like, I don't want to get it wrong and be embarrassed. That I definitely did study Shakespeare in high school, I promise.
That would appear to be the case even as a rodent was found, starved to death in your room.
Now that I think about it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from that room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single play or script anyway. For I have devoured them all.
You've eaten them?
Every word be within my skull. Didst thou imagine otherwise?
Right, that wasn't misleading at all. Now, would you turn around, do you think?
Which brings us to the conclusion. The only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is the tea.
Maybe they poisoned the script, the pages of the script before he ate them. That's also possible. I was outside this block when I run the fields and go night. Okay, here we go.
Hold it!
Hold it. But the windows of that house have all been filled in.
A historical artifact with a now defunct window task.
Yeah, you're right there. All bricked up horribly. But as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom corner that's been opened up. I was looking through it in the gap.
Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there?
And for some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well.
Unlike going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights. But them's my orders, so that's what I'll keep doing. As long as there's a breath in my body.
What's with all the theatricals today?
Out of interest, Mr. Mitaman, after the accused had left and returned to his own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all?
No, he never left. He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned. To be honest, I'm a little concerned that you're working past midnight. Isn't that overworking, going extra hours, night hours, unpaid hours for your job? I feel like that's not right, but okay.
And then does therefore discount the possibility of suicide.
It was common in the 1800s, right? How can you be sure of that? See, I'm not even really good. I'm not very good with history. I remember my fucking year 8 history exam. I got fucking 37% on that, and that's always stuck with me. You know, I've gotten better later on. I'm glad I didn't have to do, I'm glad I didn't have to do history in VCE. But yeah. I take ancient history when I'm not good with modern. Right. I see. That makes sense. Makes sense why you're so, at least seemingly confident and knowledgeable about this. I just Google anything I need to know. I feel like that's not the point, but you know. I just like old shit. That's fair. You like old shit, but you think Xenogears is dated? Damn. Damn, man. Wow. Can't believe this.
And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence he didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the
What did he just say?
receptacle.
What does that mean? Lucidly explain it. It really was. You can't argue with the logic. I like actually playing old dated games, like in long series, where it's like, the first game's very dated, right? But then I play the next game and I can kind of see how things gradually grow from there, you know? I think that's the... It's a really gratifying feeling once you get to like the latest game in the series and everything's so refined and it's like, oh my god, you know? That's why I want to play every Fire Emblem game in existence. Mostly in order. I don't really care if I go out of order for Fire Emblem. I didn't actually press the L button there. I accidentally pressed the L button from like hitting my controller on the bottom of my desk. Whoops. I like all games that play well. I like Majora's Mask 3D. I never really did play the original. You say a short little round-backed Eastern fella, so you can't be sure it was the best. Come on, Naruhodo.
Objection!
I like some of the changes that the 3DS version did, but I get it. Swimming's better than the original. The bosses are probably better. Yeah, I got bad anxiety playing Majora's Mask as well. It's like, I used a guide because I was like, very... like, for first half of the game, I was very, like, stressed playing the game. I didn't like the timer. So I had to use a guide so I could feel comfortable playing the game. But then I realized I wasn't actually having fun with a guide. So I stopped playing the game for like 2 years, came back with it, played without a guide, and oh my god, I had so much more fun in the second half of the game. Like, so much more fun. Like, to the point that my opinion on Majora's Mask went from like a 5 out of 10 game to like a 9.5 out of 10. It is a really good game. You know? Goron form is very good in 3D, yeah. I just really struggle with the, like, the fucking 25 frames per second Nintendo 64 version on the Wii Virtual Console, which, to be fair, that's better than the Wii U Virtual Console, but, like, on the Wii Virtual Console with input lag and it being the PAL 25 Hz version. Oh, sorry, not 50 hertz version. It's not good. It really isn't. I think fucking, yeah, obviously. But I think, Super Mario 64 specifically on, 3D All-Stars, I believe is actually the first time we've got the game in, like, consistent, like, a higher frame rate than, like, 20 hertz. Not that, like, I mean, not that it's not optimized for power regions, but, like, doesn't feel great. Really doesn't feel great. So yeah, 3D All-Stars is the first time I ever finished Super Mario 64. The original. I played the DS version to death as a kid. Anyway, I'm getting distracted from the game, I know. But it's like, actually voicing the lines is taking a lot out of me, so don't mind if, I hope you don't mind I'm going a little slow today.
Well, of course. It's only a narrow gap. It was quite dark, so I didn't notice the moustache. But he's sure to wrap up around 9, so I'm pretty sure of myself. And when the first person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shamsphere drink tea together? Nah, sorry. I couldn't say.
Why not?
Because I couldn't see the room at all. Oh, that well, could I? But what I did see was the silhouette of that little round-backed fella wearing a pretty dress. And the pair of them started wearing some kind of wrestling match. I tell you, I didn't know what to make of it.
I suppose that was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway. Mr. Meterman, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one visited the victim on the night in question?
No question. Gasman's honor.
Oh, this is the jury.
My lord. Don't rush me. Yes, Mr. Fullman. I've kept my mouth shut and listened up until now. But this has gone on for long enough. Are you all with me?
This is scripted, right?
We are to understand that you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are in agreement with with each other, that you've reached a unanimous decision.
Do right we have. Are you all with me?
Yes! Wait, no! The defense is in the middle of a cross-examination.
To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours for the accused leaving the victim's room.
Is juror number 1 supposed to be Australian? What?
Yes, the 3 missing hours, as you put it.
But in the end, what difference do they make? None, as far as I can see.
And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay a decision any longer.
Like I was saying before, if I don't take 5 bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow their top. What's that you say? Put your sock in it. I didn't quite hear what you said. Very well. At the court be apprised of your decision. Ladies and gentlemen, of the jury, you will state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Guilty!
Guilty.
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 God, it fucks me up that those are panned from left to right. Fair dinkum and Aussie terms, he might be. All of you, come on, we just proved his innocence yesterday. Have a little fucking faith in him. Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous.
So, this time at least, it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, they say. This calls for a toast, I feel. To the guilty being punished.
Ah!
Mr. Naruto, please. The trial isn't over yet. What do you mean, Mr. Sato? What about the information I found in this Encyclopedia of British Law I have? That obscure right that belongs to defense in these situations. Remember? What do you mean remember? We did it fucking 2 days ago. I love how they have to preface it like a tutorial. Okay. A summation examination. I love how that rhymes. I really do. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course. But here in British Court of Law, yeah, we can reverse the decisions. We can make a big gyokuten. We can do a gyokuten saiban. If anyone knows what that means in Japanese. It's always funny when there's like a name change between like English and Japanese for a game, and then you understand what the Japanese imagine if that happened in actual Court of Law. Yeah, like it's funny when you like can notice like when they make a reference to the Japanese title, when they do a roll credits moment for the Japanese title because they translated it. There's a moment in Trails of Cold Steel 3 where they constantly are like, oh, we need to illuminate the darkness like we need to be like a flash of light reflected off the shine of a blade. And I'm just like, that's Sen no Kiseki in Japanese. Well, someone the fucking knows. Holy shit. I can't wait for them to say the words Cold Steel in Trails of Cold Steel. Wouldn't that be funny? Anyway, this trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Why am I not surprised at my learned Nipponese friends' inability to admit defeat? You choose to cling desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend, instead of accepting the truth. That I'm better than you.
Certainly no other defense counsel in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination.
Because all they know that once a jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered.
Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The defense counsel's request is granted. This court will proceed with the summation examination as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law.
Thank you, my lord.
Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, we all know that the young lad's tenacity. And we're ready for it. Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused.
Judicial findings, yay!
The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man, straight up. There's no reason to doubt the man.
Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid.
Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese. Stoops all the while and has a mustache, very fishy. You have freckles, bitch. If we're gonna catch this guy on his mustache, you have freckles. I feel like there's a difference, but I don't feel like pointing it out. The song is good. I love how you're reacting to this, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this song is from Great Ace Attorney 1. I remember this. It's because you haven't heard this music in a while, right, man? Since the month of release, right. So it's been about a year. No, 2 years. It's a year and a half. It came out 2021 July, correct? Jeez, I've really taken a while to get to this game. Jesus Christ.
No evidence suggest the gangling act is fraudsman, from now at least.
Oh, I don't care, like...
I love this guy. He's like that. Hang on. You remember that meme I sent in fucking Falcom chat and Shinecord? Do you remember the one of Adol in the fucking chat room? Hold up, I just checked my Discord. Hold up, Shamsphere dance. Oh, you clipped me. Okay, I just checked. Okay. Hello, I have so many messages. Holy shit. I'll leave that for later. I didn't even watch the clip. I don't even know what the clip is. But okay, I'll just retweet it and assume it's okay to retweet. It's safe to retweet.
I don't really care. I just need to try it quickly. 3 hours almost done. There's nothing going to reach my age, you know. Nothing at all.
You actually have something to say, hey? I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced.
It would seem that all the jurors...
I'm actually feeling better now. I'm not feeling that lightheaded, so maybe I'll be able to do it. It's set to retweet. I feel like I have to ask, not because... Actually, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't bully back too much. What I was about to say was way too mean. You're never going to find out what I was going to say.
Have come to the conclusion that Mr. Shamsby is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen.
If you ask me, they've all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements.
And sadly, nothing Mr. Natsume has said appears to have registered at all.
Well, here goes. Let's not forget. I pleaded with the jury of... Oh, wait, no. Bank, did you edit over the song for his little dance? I'm just remembering. I pleaded with the jury on Soseki-san's behalf before and it worked, so you never know. He might have.
But before we begin, it might be handy to remind you exactly how summation examination was.
We did this 2 days ago!
Well, you're still very new to British law after all.
That's true, I suppose. And Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands now, too. There's always a chance that I might have forgotten some crucial detail. Perhaps I should hear Susato-san out. I wonder, should I let her talk me through it again, or bother? No need! Fuck you! Thank you for the kind officer, Officer Susato? I guess her outfit kind of looks like she's in like an officer's uniform for some reason. But I've been through plenty of these summation examinations already now. Ghost Factory! Primer! Hang on. Ghost Walker! Fucking... Sorry, I'm fucking blanking tonight. Blossom Dance! X stands. We in chat today. I think it's important that we don't delay the start any longer than necessary.
Of course, I understand. And I'm quite sure you're right. If you're confused by anything at any point, you can turn to me for advice whenever you like. I'll be here for you.
The key to this is really listening carefully to each juror's statement. Finding two that are contradictory and pitting the corresponding jurors against each other. Why are there X fans in chat? I love how we can also say that X is the fucking X game for the Virtual Boy. Do you all remember that? Or the X button? We're fans of the X button on the controller. I love the fucking X button. Holy shit, listen to this. Listen to it. Isn't the X button sound so fucking sexy? Sorry. Okay, hold on, I've read this already. The victim may not be well known. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem to be noble but poor, but couldn't some. This is why you press every message. You get the fucking funniest fucking lies.
I've no doubt about it. Like that shaky client of yours example.
Absolutely not. Mr. Natsume is no liar. He told me himself he doesn't lie. I'm partial to the Y button myself.
Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night is the Japanese man's teeth. When you take the gas man's testimony into account as well, the truth couldn't be any clearer.
Ah, well, that's alarmingly logical.
But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with a gentleman's values. If it turns out that the old Shakespearean chum is a rotten lie after all, I'd gladly change my decision about the defendant. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen on the jury would do the same, isn't that right?
Well, yes, perhaps. Though I don't see it happening.
Big fun of Harvey is the Dashman. Oh, it's your Dashman in Guilty Gear.
What's that? Hurry, gentleman here, you have to speak up. Look, I really don't care about all this nonsense. I only care about my wife.
Which is a W as far as I'm concerned, but how many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury, then? Alright, sir. I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. Oh, okay. Cool. He's rather splendid. Okay, let's see. Are you saying you believe the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid?
Rather splendid. No, that's not what I said. The point is, the man is the victim here. What reason would he have to lie? And yes, he's rather splendid.
So you say, yet again.
Meanwhile, the man who says his wives are suspicious is all seem to look at him. I'm afraid he's not splendid at all.
Splendid logic there, madame. Thank you so much. Oh, hello, raiders. Who raided? I don't have my Twitch moderating up today. Oh, Yahiko, how you doing? Welcome. You've played this game, haven't you? You can stick around until you pass out. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Thanks for the raid. I just know, I know the soccer tour stuff. What have you been playing lately? He's very fishy. Japanese are fishy because they like seafood. No, not one of those things is not one of those things is a reason to find the man guilty.
But he is fishy. There's no point in dancing around the fact. He's Japanese.
Love the blatant racism in this game. Oh, you're playing Nier Automata. Nice. Hope you enjoy it. I don't really have the best opinion of that game, but I do like it.
You see, you arrive at the conclusion in just 3 steps. 3 steps. Like a waltz, in fact.
That's true. 3 steps, because it is in 3/4. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I was actually feeling a little lightheaded earlier this stream. Yeah, I was actually feeling a little lightheaded earlier this stream, so I was thinking I was gonna end off the stream earlier, but I'm actually feeling really good right now. The only thing Ace Attorney needed to be peak fiction was racist. God damn it.
You know, the more I think about it, the more like this draw seems like a dance.
I mean, I want to dance to this music. It's not in 3/4, unfortunately, but you seem to be several steps ahead of yourself, though, and you're on the wrong foot. No, there's nothing but circumstantial evidence here. There's no actual proof of the defendant's guilt.
But the victim's version of events is backed up by what the pictured man next to him says, isn't it? 1, he saw the Japanese man there. 2, he saw no one else. And 3, he saw the Japanese man there. Oh, that's another 3 steps.
Oh, this really does seem to be more like a waltz, doesn't it? Right. And the prosecution will waltz its way to victory if I let you speak much more. MB had to feel lightheaded when the clown was a witness. Kokoro means heart. I'm Nihongo Jozu. I've been Nihongo Jozu before. Like, anyone who learned Japanese will be Nihongo Jozu. But fucking... I met Asuka at Madman Festival. So Asuka being the singer of a number of anime openings. One of Sword Art Online Alicizzation's openings. What else did she do? Holy shit. That's the only thing that comes to mind? Sword Art Online? Are you serious? Anyway, I met her at, I got a signing. I got her signature. I got an album with a signature on it at Madman Festival. And I just kind of chat. I like, they had an interpreter there, but I figured, you know what, this is a good opportunity to try speaking Japanese. So I said stuff to her Japanese, and the very first thing that came out of her mouth was Nihongo jozu, like, oh, Nihongo jozu. And I'm just like, for anyone who doesn't know, Nihongo jozu means like, oh, you're so good at Japanese. It's like the compliment that everyone says whenever, like, in Japan, whenever they like see someone not Japanese speaking Japanese, because I think it's just like they don't really know what to say sometimes, and they like, when in doubt, compliment them, right? It's like be polite, you know. But like, I just find it very funny that it feels like it's the first thing that comes out of every single Japanese person I speak to. And I don't like, this is just like the Japanese learners. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Anyway, hey FL, welcome. How you doing? KOKORO is also the name of the book that Natsume Soseki wrote. Yeah, they are very polite in Japan. To a fault sometimes, I think, but it's a cultural difference, you know. It's very funny. It's her tapping his head. Yeah, it's very funny being Australian, where we are like the most, what's the word? Unhinged culture, I think, English-speaking culture, to Japanese will have to be like really, really polite.
Hold it!
A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, madame? They don't have traditional swears, so they come up with the most evil insults ever. That's true. They have a few, like, no-no words, but it's not like they're like, oh, you can't say this word, or, like, your parents will get mad, you know? It's like, it's very much context, you know? Australian culture is such a mess. Holy shit. Anyway.
It's really a most tiresome problem for the company.
What company? Do you run an opera company? You look a lot like, what's her fucking name? Manuela. I don't like, when she said company, I'm like, Middle Frank Opera Company? I could not count the number of trains I've been on where there's just this drunk guy yelling at other passengers on the train. Well, not necessarily at, but he's yelling at the top of his lungs like, ah, fuck, what the fuck are you doing? You know? It's like, and no one bats an eye. Everyone's just quiet. Like, people just want to, like, move away sometimes, you know? But, like, yeah, I couldn't count the number of trains I've been on where it's like that.
We can be absolutely certain that customers stealing from us, but without hard evidence, we can't even threaten to take action off for fear of being sued.
I'm sorry, you lost me a little there. Who are you?
I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Ultimate Gas Company.
Good gracious, Ultimate Gas, you say? Coincidence! Absolutely coincidence.
Gas is the future of residents in the country and around the globe, but proper handling is essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree.
Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gotta be used properly. Ultimate Gas is the best in the world, of course.
I think we have solved the mystery of the bell from earlier, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right, he bowed in deference to employer's wife, did he? Ah, so, would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Midman was watching what Mr. Chamsfield was up into in his room?
I'm afraid that there's no end to the lengths the population of the East End will go in order to steal our gas. So I really have no choice when the company identifies somebody as a possible fraudsman. But to dispatch a worker to watch the suspect day and night, we were very thorough in our investigations.
Oh, this is what we're doing. So, you mean Mr. Champspears?
I wouldn't come out and say it in public. Finish that sentence with a grumbly little gasp, but you can finish that sentence with a grumbly little gas thief.
You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you?
The eye of man have not heard, the ear of man have not seen. Faith would have doubts to do with what I do.
I can't do this. I can't fucking do this.
Why let the fur penetrate the skin? But Sarah's not here insults, only choirs and of angels and songs. We don't have change. My workers won't stop buzzing around you until they find it. When they do, you find yourself blasted back to the angelic heights of ultimate ghost go.
So Mr. Shamsby has been stealing gas. I wonder, juror number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement.
My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping that thief apart you enjoyed?
A little before that part about abject violence, if it's not too much trouble.
Yes, of course.
This could be it. Let me shift the balance. Let's go. Hit.
Objection.
There we go. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious.
Which statements? Juror number 1.
What are you yelling about, blood?
I presume you've heard of the juror number 4 statement made by the wife of the owner of the ultimate gas.
Well, yes.
The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight-up man, in fact, turns out to be a common thief.
So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard them say as much.
It's true, we don't have evidence of such just yet. But the claims aren't baseless, you know.
What?
You heard me. Seeing as this operation has already been compromised, I would suggest that the court hears testimony from my East End branch officer employee over there.
I don't know what you say, my lady. Gas man's honor.
Juror number 1, you say you're a man of your word. If you could show that Mr. Shamsby was a liar, you should. It's not his. It's his fucking name, Shamsby. You assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt.
Yes, I did say that. As a man of honor, I'll hold to it. I'm sure the other gentlemen of the jury will.
Peer pressure, peer pressure.
Now that we've found out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further. Well, if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard half of what you've all been saying. So this means you'll recap a few points that will chew me down to the ground. Oh no, I'm not having any part of this. I want this trial over and done with.
I still have not watched the clip. Should I do that right now? Should I do that? Will I get copyright strikes? Will I get DMCA'd if there's any music? No, okay. Let's get to. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, that was it? I thought I'd have to pit another one.
So, Mr. William Shamsby, if that is your real name, we have the jury demand to know exactly what kind of man you really are.
You shouldn't. Alright. That's 4 jurors, 4 not guilty. Alright, it's the tutorial one. Of course it's gonna happen in a single turn. You did it, Mr. Naruhodo. Wow, that was the most gimme. This is the most basic one.
Hurrah! Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defense's summation examination, the jury's leaning has changed. Now only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of discord, and order the trial to continue.
Let me watch. Hold up. Once we get to the next scene, I'll watch.
Boom!
And the music cuts. I love when the music cuts in Ace Attorney. As a musician, I love not hearing music in Ace Attorney games. That sounds so strange. First 5 seconds should be safe.
You have spoilt the bouquet, Mr. Shamsby.
All right, hold on. If I keep going, I'm never gonna watch this. Give me a sec. Shoutouts to the Nut Shack. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't need to watch the rest. I already know what it is. I don't need to watch the rest. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have retweeted that. Okay, we're continuing. I'm not watching that. Why did I shout at the nutsack? Hey, 2016 Siva Gunner was a very different time.
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men, so God mend me. I do swear.
I don't even know what kind of voice. I'm just kind of like rapidly oscillating my voice between like 5 different pitches for this guy. Does that work?
The gas man speaketh wit and occurs in the mouth, nothing but gas, not but thin air. Aye, but it burneth right away, and it hath no substance, and it doth reek foul. Aye, what do you say? Do I take it, Mr. Shamspeare, that you deny the allegations of gas thievery? Most heartily, my lord, hast thou forgot? I'm a seraph, an angel, noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart. You flowery-mouthed, pompous beanpole, just 'cause I haven't got the evidence yet.
Mr. Shamspeare, if, in fact, you are not of noble mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony, testicles, should have no sway in the courtroom.
It is my considered opinion that at the present time there no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court thus far has been heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case.
Oh no.
However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of this witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further.
I wonder if he purposely like poisoned himself with a less than lethal dose just to make this court case happen and to get the fucking gas stuff off his ass, you know?
Objection!
Stop making gas out of his ass. I don't know, I feel like this is something he's just acted out for a purpose, you know?
I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of the court's time.
Wait.
The gas and this case are unrelated.
I misread that. I thought he was saying it would be inappropriate to... Never mind. Okay.
Yes.
Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove this man has been stealing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him?
That's right, we do. Don't we? Worker.
Not even by his name, just worker. Holy shit. Early 20th century is a very different time.
Absolutely, Lady Quimby, it'll be my honor. Very well then, we shall hear your testimony now. You will tell the court precisely why you believe the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare, has been stealing gas. Yes, my lord, it will be my pleasure. On the Altamont gas name, I swear.
If I may, your lord.
Go ahead, ma'am.
This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind.
Is this inconsistent with the last case of the first game? Because the last case of the first game acted like that having a juror testify was something unheard of. But yet, it's happening here.
Wow. Oh yeah, sweet as honey. Yeah.
Is this in current day, actually? Huh? Wait, a significant what? Wait, hang on. I missed what are you guys talking about? Sorry. I need to get better at this. Excuse me. Okay, cool. Barrier. Oh my fucking god. I hate Trails. Don't fucking play Trails. Play Ys. Ys 8 is a good game. Trails is not.
Very well. As an exception, I should honor your request.
Thank you, my lord.
You wait till the boss gives you an ear hole. Oh, it's gonna sing. You mark my words. So, you will both testify before the court on the subject of illegal consumption of the Ultimate Gas Company's fuel.
Yes, is that clear, my good man?
Clear as ultimate gas, my lady. Which is the clearest in the world?
And he does this little bow. Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Mr. Sato?
I think the man is just a very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruhodo.
That reminds me, I'm gonna send you something, May. Here's some stuff I can send you, I just realized. Don't mind me shilling my own stuff in DMs. It's nothing more fun than throwing something at MB. I wait for the time you guys can make a joke out of me. The only thing I permit people to make fun of me for is liking Trails. That's fair.
I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent.
Throwing XCX at MB, I would fucking love that. The first one? Oh yeah, look at the clips I sent you, yeah.
Ultimate gas meters accept throppingly bits. Each bits coin? No. Bits. Each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas.
And yet, the meter in the Mr. Shakespeare room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though. The collection agent has the only key.
Somehow he doesn't know the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not even what is.
Pray forgive the discourtesy.
It should be discourtesy, isn't it? Right.
Discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony has caused me to turn my hallowed chalice.
Turn, like just rotate it. God.
Did the mustachioid...
Mustachioid? What the fuck is that word? Is that a word?
Nipponese poison. The gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he?
Oh, right.
That is all that should concern this court. And yet now we must listen to this abhorrence.
Mustachioed.
Clearly what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more geographical distance. More...
I can't read tonight. Hold on, let me get some water. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead.
Do what you will.
Lord Von Zeeks appears to be in a violent mood.
Yes, he does. An attempted poisoning, and an incident of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance, but I wonder, the truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places. And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. Yeah, my voice is not doing too well tonight. Sorry about that. Okay.
Hold it!
So, does that mean you can enter people's houses in order to empty their gas meters?
Nah, I do. Have to try to catch people when they're in. Then ask permission to come inside and do my business.
Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before as well as that of Mr. Shamspear?
Well now, interesting you should bring that up, because I couldn't believe how little money was in this meter. I mean, how the parents survived the winter beyond me, it really is.
Well, Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books. And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth. I feel like you shouldn't burn them, but okay.
You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters himself, Mr. Meterman.
Meterman, I see.
Meterman. Not much to say, really, but as you wish.
Osmond Gas accepts the threepenny bids. Okay.
Hold it!
So, all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they?
They're the latest model, the height of technology developed by our company, Ultimato Gas. Anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes.
So if a 3p coins gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins a night.
A bit more than that, usually. If they're both gas, lights, and a gas stove, that is.
Thinking about it, Soseki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he?
Some people choose to use candles, of course. I know they have gas for heating.
Yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually.
The characters in this guest look like straight out of Blade vs. Right. You're right. You're right. Oh my god.
Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins.
I actually think this guy does look like a Leiden character.
I must say that for a design and manufacture, the new meter cost the company off an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part.
Because they have to pay in advance, you mean?
Yes, exactly right. And yet the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room didn't have a single coin in it.
Alright. I mean, he could just be using no gas, but that's incorrect. We know it isn't because they pay attention to the gas. Anyway, out of interest, how long has this been going on?
Weeks and weeks. He's been printing gas for us for ages. And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room, I take it?
Naturally, we took it off the wall and went it over with a fine-tooth comb. And found nothing suspicious at all. Suspicious at all, I presume. No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shamspear Special.
That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3p pieces.
But you know, with all that, the rascal's meter was still empty.
I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box and found it there. Bear, you what? I said, you what?
Sus.
And the look on his face, that smarmy smile of his. I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it been gemmed open anywhere, not a single sign. And what's happening to my salary as a result? Job I really looted it.
I feel like he's choking himself, so... A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. Incidentally, what became of that meter?
Nothing because of it. Became of it. I still got it.
Oh.
Right here.
No wonder they call you Meter Man.
I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing.
Thank you. Let's investigate. Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it.
Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say it has as much value as the contents of that meter.
Oof. Damn. He's really scathing. I really like Von Zeeks. I must have quested these notes. Alright, here we go. There's a hole in it. Oh, what's...
Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruto?
Just here. There's a little hole. Do you see?
Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed.
It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say.
So, I think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shamspear.
Possibly. It seems that the people of Elmon and Gus missed it.
Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside.
Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through there.
That's true. But even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. Well, that's probably all I need to actually investigate. But let's check the lock anyway.
That's a very sturdy looking padlock, isn't it?
The muddy box is sealed with beeswax too.
So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up to any mischief, he'd be found out immediately.
Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would...
You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you?
Well, anyway.
I love how her like view and like her image of Sholmes has gone from like untouchable great detective to still great detective, but like questionable.
It's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs.
But it does feel a little over the top, perhaps, doesn't it? Ah, she's spinning the thing. I guess I just present the box now.
Objection!
Yeah, cool. All the incorrect dance of deductions has hurt his image, yeah. Lady Ultimate, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with.
What?
Get away! I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case, what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box?
Hole? What? Hole?
You're right. You're quite right. There is a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do.
In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shakespeare secretly opened up this hole himself.
Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You're gonna get a farthing through that.
Lady Ultimate, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design.
What sort of details?
Well, what I'd specifically like to know is how it differentiates coins. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, if someone were to put a 1 penny coin in, that wouldn't work presumably, would it?
No, of course not.
So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is threepenny bit? Threepenny bit?
I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape or size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit? A threepenny bit? It's about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit.
I see. It's clearly been very well thought out.
So what was amended film system with that information in case it's pertinent?
As you wish, my lord.
I wonder if that's what I was meant to do. I'm curious, can I present again and have her change her testimony for the other one? If I had to present this...
Objection!
No. Okay. In that case... That's correct. That's a correct way to proceed. Nothing else will fit. Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on this side, about 2 centimeters across.
Or 3/4 of an inch. Ah, do you think?
We did find the soap at the scene, didn't we?
Yes, yes. There were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window, so I took this one. But I'm not sure when we first found it. There was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly.
Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? I had a feeling he was doing something with the soap because he was cutting up the soap.
Objection!
There we go. Easy.
Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct? Threepenny bit. Yes, that's correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating Mr. Shakespeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly. Something with the same size as a threepenny bit? What was it? The item in question is this.
What? Have you been inhaling gas? Gas, that's a bar of soap.
Something looks nothing like a threepenny bit. I must say. Looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. What's so important about the soap is this part here. Flip it over.
Got it!
Got it. You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean. Oh! Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there? That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. In other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away! Does anyone here present have in possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen.
I think you make you investigate something with only a single thing that stands out. Are people just not bothered by Ryunosuke having a real sword in court? No. He doesn't unsheath it. It could be just a toy thing. It sounds rather like highway robbery, doesn't it? You don't carry a sword around with you? Yeah, I have my fucking keyblade and my fucking master sword. One's plastic, the other one's wood. But I have swords. I carry a boomerang. Yes, we all have boomerangs. And if you don't have a boomerang, you have a didgeridoo. Because that's what being a musician is like.
Thanks for kind of a kind member of the public in the gallery. I have here a threepenny bit. Now, to see if it fits, it's a perfect match, like a match made in heaven. My word, it couldn't be more snug.
Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the ultimate gas company is being defrauded. Well, I don't believe it.
So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas.
Yes. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit.
I must concur at least that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape. And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You can make fake coins in no time.
This brings all the pieces of the puzzles together. It's the method of Mr. Shakespeare. It's the method Mr. Shakespeare has been using to steal the gas. It's a missing link. Kingdom Hearts. And if I just follow the chain of memories, it's going to bring me to a new explanation for what happened to that nobody. Sorry, I kind of went along with it. I kind of really just went along with that. I didn't expect the word nobody to come up. I've always wanted to own my didgeridoo. Hey, Rock, welcome. How you doing? Oh yeah, you can watch this one. But this is all nonsense. Oh no, my Billabong. It's a bad. He's been making fake coins. My worker here would have been found them when he's emptied the meter. Well, if you own a didgeridoo, you just gotta watch out for what is it? Finish the Kingdom Hearts one. Well, if you own your own didgeridoo, you just gotta watch out for drop bears. Just keep that in mind.
Quite true, Lady Altamont. In the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear.
I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air, yes?
Oh, it's the hole he's been burning through. And the meter gives it away.
What on earth?
There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter, taken from the victim's room. It's the burn marks.
If that is your assertion, Counsel, the defense will identify these remnants for the court at once.
Actually, what is it? Do I just present this again? I guess it is. We found this soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window.
Outside!
Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Miederman, were loitering. Loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where you found this soap.
Ah! I get it!
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice.
Did you say ice?
Mr. Shamspeare has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening, filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning.
Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades, and his room becomes very comfortably warm. The ice now inside the meter's coin box melts,
turning back into water, and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas, and that's why the hole is so small, it lets it drip out.
just like that, so simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been filling us all with some bars of soap and water.
That's right, madame.
I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And how do you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless?
I'm fairly sure I didn't design it.
Evidence!
Sorry?
What evidence? You're going to stand there and tell me our meters of rubbish are proof. She's very good at having forcing accountability, isn't she?
Oh yeah, I see the fucking pull up the armband animation, but he has no armband. That's so funny. That looks so fucking weird, actually. Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it.
What?
Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying you actually do evidence to support this theory?
I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory we'll come up with now could explain it. This piece of evidence substantiates a theory about how Mr. Shamsby has been stealing gas.
Take that!
This is a photograph of the scene, at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson, and it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspeare.
What remnants?
Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter.
What is that? Some kind of grubby stain?
Almost certainly, it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter.
Oh!
If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping almost out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor.
This is awful.
And there's further evidence too. Mr. Shamspeare slumped over a staple, apparently having consumed strychnine, right? The strychnine, correct? Yeah. He peed, that's his toilet. He just pees on the floor. And right there next to him is a bar of soap broken in half.
You're right.
It would appear to me then, Counsel, that the man was eating the soap.
Again with the eating soap? Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not.
He didn't beat around the bush there, did he?
In truth, Mr. Shamspeare was found with the fork in his hand.
A meal of soap.
A meal of soap is sounding incredibly. Did you mean to say he was using that fork to...
Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap.
Oh! But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious!
Lord Von Zix!
I was throwing my hand up in despair, and happened to catch my hallowed bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake.
What is the meaning of this, Counsel?
Allow me to pose, my learned friend, a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination?
Well... Mr. William Shamspeare's a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now, allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shamspeare is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication.
What?
Hurrah! Well, Counsel, how does the defense respond?
Mr. Naruhiro!
What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Von Zix is saying? I feel like I have to raise an objection, but I don't want to... Let's see. What if the fucking soap bar snapped in half and it flew directly into his mouth? It's not gonna happen, but it'd be funny. Death by soap breaking. I would almost say that does not look like paper. What the fuck? Oh no, it does. Okay, no. I was like, that looks like a solid wall or whatever. Death by cartoon logic, yeah. Does it prove anything? The only thing I can think of is that he was awake until that time. And he was awake for a lot of that time. I do think it does prove that, but is that going to be what the game's expecting me to present? No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest.
What?
But Council, you've successfully explained everything. You've identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamspear to consume gas. What's more, what is there to discuss?
Lord Van Zieks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point, but contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all.
What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend?
At least one of these so-called facts is an assumption made due to a lack of evidence. It's almost like we're on Twitter. I like that pose, that like, you know? That's a very good way of describing the pose. But anyway, but the situation has changed now following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand.
Don't be absurd.
What is this nonsense?
Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together and consider as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we now need to reconsider, namely, was there another visitor? Oh, okay. Was there someone else responsible? That's too generic. I don't think it's gonna give me progress. Was there poison? Was poison in the tea? That's the only one that seems like, but where does it come from? Where's the poison coming? Like, how is it related to what we've done? Was it your pizza, Curb? Your Curb was your Curb. It was your pizza. Hold on. I feel like was the poison in the tea sounds right, but I could be wrong. We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that affected Mr. Shamspear was in the tea brought in by Mr. Natsume, but that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified that nothing else passed to the lips that night. There is no possibility. Other possibility. And since there is no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
As I said, the situation has changed, because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene, and a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively.
Oh, wait, I see. I understand. This is tea. That's because it wasn't water that was in here. It wasn't wax that was in here. It was tea. I understand. Okay.
What evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, Counsel. Present your proof.
What evidence? Okay. Now, what do they want me to present? I'm gonna say
Take
this.
that!
What exactly is this piece of evidence supposed to tell about Mr. Natsume's Counsel?
Well, I suspect it may possibly be. Oh god, I was meant to present the fucking gas thing. Okay, never mind. That's fine. I'll take that L. Down a deep chasm to escape his deep sarcasm. Oh god, the fucking puns. Alright. No, I didn't mean to do this. Look at this bar of soap. I've seen this dialogue before. Can I not? 3/4 of an inch. Do you think we find the soap at the scene, didn't we? Yeah. I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion. Okay, so yeah. No sign of it now. Where could it have gone? That's the one they want me to talk about. Do I present this? Like, I understand what it's doing. I'm guessing this.
Take that!
Yes! Okay.
Good gracious! The soap, again! The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice.
Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about it when we first found the bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on the ledge outside a window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar.
So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating.
In a way, yes, but there's more.
But there's more.
The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ones.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red.
The ice was red. No, you mean...
That's right. It's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea!
What?
I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial.
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visit Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. But the public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again, ever!
Yes. I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. On such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains at the east end are prone to freezing.
So on the night in question, Mr. Shamspeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coin. Egods! I don't think that's what he said, but I'm gonna pretend it is. I didn't read it. There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene.
That's right. I only borrowed one of them.
Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamspeare's window.
Extraordinary!
Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that even if 1 drop of the tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture, by finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contained the strychnine at all.
You smug Nipponese.
My lord, we cannot we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison.
Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once.
Yes, my lord, understood.
Poggers.
It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these trials. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Seeks.
None.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate for the interim.
Yes, my lord. Well, shit. We managed to scrape through there somehow.
Thank you, counsels.
Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Alright. I think I'm gonna stop off here. I actually do feel fine enough to continue, but it is 10 o'clock, and I think getting some extra sleep would do me some good. But yeah. I like the to be continued screens. They're very nice. They're very nice places to stop in any Ace Attorney game. But yeah. Next time on Ace Attorney, Great 2 Resolve. We're back inside, apparently. 3 hours of 10 me, yeah. DGS, yes. Next time on DGS 2, Daigyakkuten Saiban 2, Kakugo. I don't even know if that's a subtitle. I don't think that's the. I think it's just called Daigyakkuten Saiban 2 in Japanese. But anyway, next time on Daigyakkuten Saiban, we are going to continue this trial, or actually no, it looks like it's another it looks like another investigation thing. So yeah, if it's another investigation thing, this is definitely a good point to stop. All right, good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for dropping by, Rock. It's nice to see you here. All right, see ya. Fucking hate this clip that Bank made. Holy shit.